I'll never be able to go out on you. Now gonna shut up and kiss me once again.
Vernier Scalper.
Willkommen auf meinem YouTube-Kanal. Ich bin Vernier Scalper and today we will be talking about Reservoir Dogs. We're starting on a Quentin Tarantino journey. I'm very excited to start this journey with you, whoever is watching. This is very exciting for me. I've been waiting. Now let's start with some context, okay? I have seen some of Quentin Tarantino's films. So I've seen Pulp Fiction. I've not seen Kill Bill. I know, it's very egregious. I talked about this a little in the previous video. I've not seen Kill Bill. I've seen Pulp Fiction. I've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've seen, what is that? Inglourious Bastards. I think those are the only three that I've seen, okay? I've read what people have said about his films and some of those things. I've seen a little bit of video essays, but I never really spoiled much of anything for myself, okay? I guess the most that I've really spoiled is Kill Bill, but even then I don't know what the story is really about. I don't remember. It's more on the cinematography side of things, right? So I really don't know. Now, I also don't know how I'm going to go into talking about his films because I need to gauge the vibe, the themes, and the characters and how it was portrayed in the film. Okay, and he has a very distinct vibe. When you compare it, especially to like a Wes Anderson, which is very polar opposite to this, okay? That is like very Disney and happy and like saccharine pastel. But with Quentin Tarantino, I know he's all about the violence, okay? I know he's all about the graphic violence. And one thing that I also noticed about his films when I watched the ones that I've already seen, and I will be rewatching those, okay? One thing I did realize is that they're very dialogue heavy, and I love dialogue. I love when the dialogue is the thing that carries the story. That is something that I'm very passionate about, so I'm very excited to sit with all this. Susie, Susie with the bad breath, my friend. She's not going to like his films. I don't think I can recommend her Quentin Tarantino because she needs the mala huotang, okay? She needs it pussy in your face, bust it open. She needs everything to be like Disney, very overstimulating. We can't do crumbs, okay? We have to do food fight, throw in the face. Everything has to be very overt and clear, or she's not going to vibe. She's going to be, I don't understand, it's boring, or why is the talking taking so long, like why can't we see some action? She is a fucking child. And that is something that I do say to her face. So this is not like shit talking behind her back, okay? She knows what I think. Now, Reservoir Dogs there is so much violence. Stepping into this film really reminded me what Tarantino's all about, because immediately it is like what mafia, it is heist. I read a little bit on the synopsis, not like the plot, okay, just like what is this film about. I just want to have a heads up, because I was watching this while I was eating, and it's not a very dinner table film. Let's just put it that way. It's not a very dinner table film, but thank God when it got to the not so dinner table parts, I have already finished my dinner. So it was fine, okay? I'm not like squirmy. Okay, I am a little bit squirmy sometimes. If it's it is so like in your face. But I'm okay with the gore, okay? I'm okay with some blood. I'm okay with the violence. But let's talk about it, okay? The characters. everybody has code names, right? Let's go down to characters, because I think that the characters in this film are very powerful. They're very bold, and the names themselves carry a lot of weight, because that is like their code name. They're not supposed to utter their real names to each other. It's supposed to be this top secret, like very confidential, professional heist thing that they do. And you know, going into this, I thought it was going to be very chic. I thought it was going to be cool and chic and suave. Okay, they're just going to swoop into the fucking jewelry shop. I thought it was going to be very like Oceans. You know, the Oceans franchise. I thought it was going to be like high heist, okay, very schematics, very smart, very, we're going to suspend ourselves from the ceiling, you know, like very big production. But no, it is Floptina. It is Floptina boots. This whole thing, it was very trashy. I really thought this was, I mean, I should have known. The first scene where they were sitting at the diner, that was the red flag. Okay, that was the red flag. That was like, okay, so we're stealing. We are thieves and we are gangsters and we probably have some money, but why are we eating at the diner? We can't afford something slightly a bit more artisanal. I don't know, you know, like diner, really? I guess it's because it isn't like nice table. I don't know. That was the red flag. And this is when I get the first glimpse of Mr. Pink and how slimy and cheap. Okay, this miser talking about how like waiters, waitresses, whatever, you know, these service people, they choose that job. If you want to fight me for how I don't give, what do you call it, tips? This is not a thing in the Eastern world, but I'm not going to give the tips because it does not make sense. And if you want to blame it, you can blame the government and everything, the system, blame the system. Don't come for me for making this choice. This is a free country. He's a fucking miser, okay? He's cheapskate and he just trying to justify his cheapo actions, okay? Just because he does not want to pay, he just not want to, and it is not like he has to fork the entire amount. They are all splitting, right? They're splitting and he already does not want to throw in an extra $1 as a tip. I already don't like him. The casting for these characters is super, because Mr. fucking Pink, Mr. Slimy, Mr. Cheapskate, he really does look like a slimy wet dog. He really does look like a slimy wet dog. And this is really back when the actors look like shit. Yo, back when the actors look like shit. And guess what? It helps. It really adds to the world building, because I believe that he's a slimy fuck. If you were to throw in like an Austin Butler or something, you know, super hot, super like Hollywood actor, I would not buy it. I would be like, oh, okay, this is cute. But this guy with the bloodshot eyes and the eye bags and like the gaunt face and the slimy hair, the Caucasian hairline. He fits this role so well. It is perfect. I fucking hate him already. I'm like, ugh, yang yang de, ugh. So yes, I don't like him, but he's a very good, very well written character already. Making us not like him. The conversations though, I miss these Tarantino like character convos that just go on and on. Sometimes it just doesn't, it's not important because it is just casual conversation, but it really helps you sink into the world. It really helps you. It feels like I'm there, right? I'm there. I'm just like listening to what the fuck these stupid men are talking about, their misogynistic comments and their racist phrases and things of that nature. I love it. I fucking love it. A lot of films is, you know, it's cut, right? But with the Quentin Tarantino films, we have time to breathe. I mean, a little bit too much time sometimes, but I love it. I love it. It's hitting my erogenous zones, okay? You have, probably, if you've seen my Ghibli series, you would have learned a bit of my erogenous zones when it comes to the films. But this is another one. The dialogue. Oh, I fucking love it. Now, moving on. Mr. White. Okay, Mr. White is like this is like Dada, right? This is like dad. He's very dad vibe. Okay, with the dad bod. Very like... And he obviously... Okay, so... Mr. Orange gets like fucking shot and stuff, and Mr. White is very caring and like don't want him to feel scared, and he's like cradling him and caring for him, and the whole thing. I like his character. He's not, he may have this soft side to him, but he is not like pushover, right? He's still tough. He's still talking business, okay? And that extended scene at that warehouse, okay, their hideout, where, so the injured Orange, is bleeding out, and the other two, okay, Pink and White, they're talking in the toilet, I suppose that you could call it a toilet. The way we were in that warehouse for such an extended period of time, by the end of the film, I have become so accustomed, I have become so familiar with the environment. It almost feels like a play, right? Like it feels like you're watching a play, but it is in the film. You're just moving from a room to the other, and then we come back. And the spaciousness of it all also helps this like impending dreadful feeling. This feeling of, we're going to get busted. Let's be fucking for real. We're never going out. You know, the only outdoor scenes are the flashbacks, the callbacks, whatever you call it. But in real time, a lot of it is in this warehouse. It is very dreadful. It is very depressive. We know nothing good is going to come out of this. They're going to get arrested, or they're going to die, you know, get shot, killed, or they're gonna kill each other. Let's be fucking for real. So this setting is great. It really feels like a play. And the toilet. They were in that toilet thing for so long. And what are those dubious bottles of dubious liquid in the background? Is that like formaldehyde or something? But I was starting to imagine the smells. Obviously, we have the cigarette smells, right? A lot of these older films is very hectic. Okay, it's very hectic. I'm starting to imagine the smell of the sweat, because they're wearing like these suits. They're wearing these suits, and it's like all hot, and they're all riled up, and the blood, the smell of the blood, okay, the smell of the exhaust from the car, the scattering earlier and stuff. There's just a lot of senses. It's like tingling, and I'm imagining the smell of the toilet. This is probably dank. If it's not dank, it's probably really stagnant, like very like that musty warehouse, like, or you know, when you go to a factory and you use the factory toilet, it's just that stagnant smell, like there is no ventilation. How are they having a conversation in here? I love it. And so we've talked about White. Okay, so Pink, slimy. Okay, slimy. White, he's dead. This is dead. Okay. Now with Orange, they're talking about a Nate. How man? A Nate. Somebody who's in the group, who is a traitor, a sleuth, and they're starting to suspect each other. But why does I know it cannot be Orange? I've been with him the entire time, and look at him, he's hurt. He wouldn't hurt himself. He was very, very defensive about it. Okay, So that really showed his character, but Pink is like, no. Pink is just trying so hard to be professional. He's obsessed with being professional. He's like, no, that is not true. That is not it. We can't just, like, good for you. Do you want an award? Okay. Do you want an award for being a saint? But this is not this heist is not about being caring and loving your brother. This is not. We're here to get the job done, and to get paid. And right now, it seems like we might not get any of those things. Orange is going to die. He's not going to get the help he needs. But who the fuck cares? Because that it is very diabolical. Was it that he got slapped or he got? I really don't like him. But that is the point, right? He's supposed to be slimy and heartless. He's supposed to be like that one person that is so into the job. Like, now we have to talk about Mr. Blonde. I thought Mr. Pink is going to be the most annoying one in this film, but Mr. Blonde? Now, I already didn't fuck with his like demeanor when he's standing at the door. Like, his head is always slumped to a side. It's always like this is always the angle. It's always like, would you like to say that again? It's always very, oh, look at me, I'm so mysterious. I'm so like edgy. I'm so cool. I'm so composed. Shut the fuck up. I hate these types of characters, especially in animes. Animes, we always have that one psychotic, like, cuckoo crazy, like the cuckoo crazy villain that is so cool and so like no emotions. I'm not affected by anything, and I speak in like the very, it's just very pompous. I fucking hate it. And I guess that is the purpose, right? I guess it's the purpose. And I don't like his character, and he's so proud of how he killed those people at the shop. Oh yeah, he's a psychopath. He's a fucking psychopath, okay? He's so proud, and that is the downside of having somebody like him on the team, right? That is the downside. He will be loyal. He will take orders, but at the same time, he's not going to listen to anybody. He's not going to listen to your bull, okay? Talking about, I need to help, we need to help Orange, we need to have a heart. No, he's not going to listen to anything. He's only here for the money. He's just Pink in a different form, okay? A little bit more sinister. And we get the flashbacks. Okay, one thing about the Tarantino films is that we're going to get all the callbacks, the flashbacks, the jumping back in time, jumping back, jumping forward, because it's very non-linear storytelling, right? That is a very Tarantino trait. So we always tend to go back and forth, and we piece together, and we see what is why this person, like, the past will always inform the present, right? And that is how we experience a lot of his stories. It is a mess. The heist, I really thought it was going to be chic and cool. I really thought this was going to be like slay. I thought we were just going to go in there, take the fucking jewels, and just fucking dip, yo, but no. We have to kill a bunch of civilians unnecessarily and get chased down by the cops and cause a ruckus, cause drama, and now, like, it is bad. And this psychotic bastard. So, they brought back he brought back the one of the police officers. Because we're talking about the Nazi, the Sleuth. No. I correct myself. It is just Blondie here. Blondie wants to torture the police officer for possible information, and the police officer has none. It is bad. This was when the real violence started happening. The torture scene. I was already prepared, okay? When he started playing the music, oh shit, I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was coming. I just did not know which area he was going to go, and he went for the ear. Oh, he sliced that shit off. And now let me tell you, when that officer was left alone later with Orange, and Orange reveals that he's actually the Nate. This is when the black comedy of it all really started to hit me. This fucking police officer kept turning his head to show the disgusting gash. Oh my god, stop! I don't want to see the stupid gash. Stop showing it to the camera. Stop showing the fucking gash. Oh my god, like they were trauma bonding, talking about like I think the part that I found was very funny was when Orange was saying, oh, there are some police waiting like a block away or something, and the police officer here is like, what the fuck are they waiting for then? This fucker sliced my ear. I am deformed. When he said I'm deformed, I could not help it. I had to pause. That was so funny. Maybe I'm just sadistic, but it was the way he said it. And how Orange immediately afterwards was like, fuck you, I'm dying. Bruh, this is not serious. You cannot tell me that this is serious. It was so stupid. It was really hitting me that this entire film, it really is just about stupid men. Okay, we have the stupid police, okay, and we have the stupid gangsters in the heist that can't do a proper job. And now Joe, okay, Big Daddy, Granddaddy Joe is going to be mad because his boys fucked up. What was probably supposed to be a simple mission. Oh god, this is just bad. Again, bad decisions, okay? Bad decisions made by men. And now, the entire film is really just the men fighting with each other. It's a very man film. This is a very... This film... The film... is very man. It's very man. Okay? It's very group work. It's very... Everybody is a fumbling idiot in their own right, their own font, their own style, their own choice. Okay? They all seem like they have it together. They have their strengths and stuff. And you think that with all these criminal minds, they're going to come together and it's going to be a perfect heist, but no. It is flopped in a boots. It is clumsy. It is... And that is where the spectacle lies, right? It is how they're just so bad at dealing with anything. Like, why can't we get him help? Shouldn't we have somebody that is like a nurse? Isn't that like a very basic thing that at least one of these people should be able to nurse a wound, especially a gunshot wound? But I guess they did not think it through. I guess they did not think that they would need it. Like, oh, we're just so cool. We're just so fly. We're not going to get into any problems. Shootouts with the law. Oh, this is a shit fest. This film is all about the shit fest amongst these men. It's all about the shit fest. I love it. I love to watch a group crumble from the inside out. Because really, like the heist is the thing, the sleuth is its own thing, and the external factors and everything, sure. But really, this fucking thing crumbled from within. It crumbled from within. These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're fucking idiots. They're fucking stupid men. And they do the very man thing. They resort to violence when they get mad. It's always like the... And the Mexican standoff at the end. Oh, that was the cherry on top. The Mexican standoff at the end with Grandpa Joe involved as well. Yo. That was fucking sick. That was fucking sick. That was so... I know Quentin Tarantino is a nerd. Like, he has to be a nerd. Like, this is written by a nerd. This is and do you see how happy he was to be in the scenes that he was in? He is so, like, jolly and, like, like, he's like a little child. He's a child. Okay? He's a child. Like, I've heard, people like Margaret Cho and Kathy Griffin, they dated him in the 90s and stuff. I've heard what people said about Quentin Tarantino, and I can see it. He's a child, he's a nerd, he likes his little, like, commentary in his very violent, very graphically violent films. And it really shows. I can see how this is put together. Oh my god, and the and the way Mr. Pink was hiding while the shootout was happening amongst the team, while the Mexican standoff was happening amongst the team. Of course he hid himself. Of course he hid himself. He was not going to be standing out in the open. And his slimy self creeped out after the gunshots. He was like... And he took the fucking gems and left. Bruh. I don't fucking like him one bit, but that is a very good character. That is a good character. He is almost cartoonish, right? He is like... It's like teetering the line between villainous, just regular villainous, and just cartoon villain. He is still kind of like grounded in reality, in like that slimy... like if this were to be an office film, office drama situational, he would be like that corporate slave that is just sold his soul, and he's going to sell out his... No, not sell out. What is the term? Like, he is going to be that heartless bastard in the office that is going to sacrifice, like, fire people just because that will maintain his position or something like that, right? Like, he is that character. But it is these little moments that really teeter on normal villain and cartoon villain, and I fucking love it. I love it. It is so intentional. And the ending, of course, they get caught. So, some of them died. White kind of survived. Orange, the sleuth, is alive. And obviously Pink is alive. Orange, the sleuth, he might be the good guy, but he has sinned in his mission. Okay, he has sinned. Because he shot that woman when they were hijacking the car. Him and White. Okay, that shouldn't have happened on his part. Yes, he's playing undercover. He's coming here to, So he's not the perfect character either. He's not the perfect person. Like, he's not like a... What do you call it? Like, he's not the most ethical, good guy. So that is interesting. That is good detail that they added. Okay, it would be very different if White was the one who shot the woman, or if Orange got shot by a police officer. That would be very different. But I think it's a very good writing that he got shot by this random civilian woman and he shot back and he killed her, and now he's no better than these other guys. I really enjoyed this film. I love it. I think the long conversations are also pretty intentional because they are later contrasted by those high energy, high adrenaline, action, violence sequences, right? So we have these extended talk, and then we have some action, and then we have the talking again. It is paced very well. I don't think that there are any scenes in this film that felt redundant or unnecessary. All the callbacks were good. You know, like the callback with Blondie, where he was coming out of prison with talking to Joe and talking to Eddie. We got to see some of his character there when he's a bit more normal and not in psycho killing mode. I think that is very good. Yeah, there's just, all the scenes are pretty, like, there are no filler scenes. And yes, I know this might be off-putting to some people who don't like the violence, and it is quite gratuitous, and it's quite it is very indulgent, because I know a lot of people would question, is it really necessary to have this much violence? Because we get it, we get it. I see that point of view, but at the same time, how are we going to know how psychotic Blondie is if we don't see him chop off the ear? The only thing about the ear is, please, the officer, stop showing the ear to the camera. Like when he's talking I cannot get over it. I kept laughing because I was like, stop! I don't want to see the wall socket that is on the side of your face right now. I don't want to see it. I get it. It's gone. Stop showing. He kept doing this. Now the next film, I believe, is Pulp Fiction, right? Oh yeah, I'm excited. This film was actually not that long. It was actually not that long. I think Pulp Fiction was very long from my memory because it came in arcs, right? There were a few arcs, and the final one is like when it all tied together. Everybody died. Yeah, Pulp Fiction is very long. I mean, that is a great movie. So this film, Reservoir Dogs, this is very good. Okay, I don't think this is my favorite though. This is not my favorite. I think of the ones that I've seen before, I wouldn't say this is my favorite. I think my favorite at the moment is still Inglourious Basterds. That one really hits it for me. It really, ooh! This one is pretty sick, but it is not my personal favorite. I would still recommend it though. Okay, I would still recommend it if you want an easy watch. It is not overly complicated with a lot of dots that you need to connect yourself. It is not too much, okay? It is a very good amount. No. Like and subscribe and do all of that. And I will see you in the next video.